that 87% of you guys right now will actually fail. And it comes a time when everybody's got to stop and really think about what it means to be your own boss. Nobody ever does. Everybody thinks it's simple. Everybody thinks that you get your real estate license, you get some business cards, and you get on social media, and you're going to be the next top producing agent in your market. That is the furthest from the truth. You know, and I kind of wish that chapter one in the real estate book in your licensing course was all about business. Business. Before you go out and spend thousands of dollars in starting your business and getting a real estate license, it should really talk to you about what's expected of you, what you should do in order to build this business and to be a top producing agent, or at least be able to make 150,000 a year without any kind of issues. But it doesn't. Everything you watch on social media is about, let me show you how to make $1 million. Let me show you how to close 60 or 70 transactions. Do you think that happens overnight? It doesn't happen overnight. It can, this very little, very, very little. It's not going to happen, 99 out of 100 times. The people that actually are able to do it rather quickly have already been in some sense in business or in sales, telemarketing, believe it or not, telemarketing, cold calls. They have no problem picking the phone and making phone calls. The ones that seem to fail the most are the ones that think that social media is going to answer all of their prayers. Reality and statistically, social media is only going to account for 10 to 15, maybe 20% of your business. But yet people will spend 80% of their time focused on social media. And there's a lot of great books out there. It's called the 80-20 rule. People spend 80% of their time for 20% of their business. That's reality. You have to train the brain. You have to start thinking on a different level. You're now your own boss. Nobody is going to tell you what to do when you wake up in the morning. And a lot of people are like, yeah, that's right. That's why I got my license. Yeah, exactly. You have to be committed, disciplined, and dedicated enough to know that I'm going to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to take care of what I need to take care of, and then I'm going to get to work by 7:30. And I'm going to start my day. And these are the things that most people don't do. A lot of new agents, hey, I have weekends off. I don't have to serve tables at the restaurant I worked at, or I don't have to do this and I don't have to do that. In the very beginning, you bet your ass you better be working on weekends. I mean, let's think about it. When are most people out looking for real estate? It's either after 5 o'clock during the weekdays or on the weekends. But you want to take off on the weekend so you can go spend time with your friends and family and hang out at the beach, hang out on a boat or whatever it is. But that's when the majority of our business happens. I think there was a statistic once that said 90% of real estate transactions actually happen after 5 and on the weekends. And that's where these statistics come from. These aren't numbers that I'm just making up. These are statistics. The 87% fail within their first 2 years. That's a national statistic. 70% will fail in their first year. Why? It is so easy to make money in real estate if you know what you're doing. And I know everybody gets into real estate. It's funny because, I own a real estate school. I see this happen. I owned a brokerage. I deal with real estate agents daily, daily. And I watch and I listen to them. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And yet they can't close a deal. Why is it? Again, going back to the beginning of this conversation, because they don't know what to do. They think they've got it all under control while they're scrolling through social media because somebody on TikTok said, this is how you close 60 deals every single year. It doesn't happen that way. These are all people just trying to get you to buy a course, that works for 0.01% of people, maybe. It's difficult. We didn't get a real estate license to be content creators. We got a real estate license to help people solve their real estate issues, whether it's buying, selling, investing. There's so many things. So this is what you've really got to focus on. The mindset. Get your mind right. Are you willing to do what it takes to succeed in real estate? Are you willing to commit yourself to working 40 to 60 hours a week to start building a business? And we can go back, and if you're still listening, maybe you are one of the 13% that'll actually be successful in real estate. If you're still listening. But most people got in here and they started listening and they were like, I know what I'm doing. And they scrolled. They would rather watch a 5-minute video of dogs playing or cats or whatever your fascination is on social media, doom scrolling. But if you're still with me, then you are one of those that are committed to really understanding what do I need to do to build my business. And let me ask you a more important question. If you don't start building a business today, right now, what's that going to do to you? What's the outcome of not doing it? You're going to stay in the same rut that you're in, or you're going to go back to working your 9-to-5 job or your job to make somebody else rich. I don't know if you got into real estate because you thought real estate was a get rich quick kind of thing. It's not a get rich in any way, shape or form. It's not a get rich quick. You will get rich in it. I promise you that. But you have to put the work in. You have to put the time in. And all that starts right here. It's your mindset that's going to control your destiny. That's what's going to control your future. Start learning everything that you can. Stay off of social media. Don't start doom scrolling. I see agents all the time. They sit in the office and they're passing around their phone. Look at this funny video. Look at this funny video. Why don't you spend that time looking up statistics? Why don't you spend that time going out and looking at properties that are in your farm area? Spend that time sitting down with a lender to find out about different programs that are available to people in your community. Find out about grants that are available in your community. Here where we are, I've heard the city of Hollywood gives out up to $20,000 to first-time home buyers. You've got the Hometown Heroes program that gives up to $35,000. And it doesn't just have to be doctors and nurses. There's a lot of people that qualify under Hometown Heroes. So sit with your lender and find out about these things. This is what's going to set you apart and make you different than everybody else. This is what's going to make buyers and sellers choose to use you over everybody else. And again, going back to that 87% failure rate, a lot of agents say, this is so hard because everybody has their real estate license. A lot of people do have their real estate license. Here in the state of Florida, it's literally 297,840 active licensed real estate agents. 297,840. And only 13% of them are actually doing anything. Another NAR statistic from last year, out of 1.3 million realtors, members of the National Association of Realtors, Out of 1.3 million of them, 927,000 did not close a single transaction in 2025. So when you say everybody has their real estate license, okay, I'm not going to disagree with that. But 90% of them aren't working. They're not doing what it takes to build a business. And if you are doing what it takes to build a business, then there's literally not that many. Like we just said, there was 297,000 agents in Florida, but there's really only 29,000 of them that are actually treating it like a business and actively working. So it's not that hard. It's not that difficult to be a top producing agent. It's the mindset. Keep that in mind. Happy 4th of July, and it is Independence Day. You control your future. You just have to put yourself in the right mindset, in the right position, and you will control your future. Enjoy the week. Get out there, start prospecting, start making your phone calls, and I'll see you next time.